And let's go with classical Pilates. So we're going to be lying down. As always, we need to get our spine warmed up and moving about. And remember, if you need any props, get your cushions, have them to one side. And let's start just lying down on the floor. So as you lie down, we're checking in with the posture. We've got our feet shoulder distance. We're spreading out those toes. Chin towards the chest, back of the neck long. Ideally, nothing under your head because we're going to be going into a shoulder bridge. But if you feel you need, just get a really small folded up towel underneath your head if you feel that you need that. But for now, just lie down. Check in with the body for a moment. Let's take some breaths in through the nose. And just letting that breath out. Just feel the feet planted down into the floor. The pelvis, the arms, the shoulders, the back of the head. Take another breath in, and on the next out breath, let's draw the navel to spine. So activate the core and see if you can use your core muscles to maybe press the lower back towards the floor and just curl your pelvis. So just a bit of a pelvic tilt. This is going to open out the lumbar spine and then return back to that neutral pelvis. So each time, let's lift a little higher. So breath in. As you breathe out, belly button in, the lower back presses, the pelvis tilts, and now your bottom's just hovering off the floor. Remember, we want it to be curled up, pubic bone higher than your hips. And then let's lower back down and return the pelvis back to its neutral position. Let's go again. Take a breath. As you breathe out, imprint the lower back, tilt the pelvis, lift the bottom, and then the bottom of the back. Again, we want this pubic bone to be higher than the hips. And then let's lower back down. We're just trying to get through each vertebrae, through the spine, as you return back to neutral. Take a breath in again. As you breathe out, find that imprint, pelvic tilt. The bottom of the back, and now the middle of the back's coming off the floor. Hold it there for a second. And then as you lower down, try and let the middle of the back lower down first. So you curl the pelvis, opening out the spine, and return to that neutral position. Take a breath. As you breathe out, imprint the lower back, tilt. So think of the order the body's lifting, bottom of the back, middle of the back, and now the back of the rib cage. We're not lifting up any higher than that. Feel your knees and thighs lengthening forwards as you let the back of the rib cage lower down. And then the lower back, curl the pubic bone up and release the pelvis last of all. Let's do one more before we add on. So imprint the lower back, tilt the pelvis, peeling up, having a check. Have you still got that equal pressure on each foot? And then let your spine lower down. Keep curling the pelvis until you release back to neutral. So we're adding on, we're keeping the legs apart, we're just letting them roll to the right side, but we're trying to keep the collarbones wide. And then let's bring it back. And then the legs are rolling to the left side. So we're not bringing them together, we're keeping them apart as you do this. Bring it back. Let's do that again. Your legs are going over to that right side. And then let's bring it back to the center. And the legs are rolling over to the left side. And then bring it back. Let's go back to the beginning. So take that breath in. As you breathe out, imprint the lower back, tilting. We're peeling up, squeezing the bottom muscles now as you lift. Then let your back lower down. Curl that pelvis all the way down. Return to neutral. Legs are rolling to the right side. And then let's bring it back. And now your legs are rolling over to the left side. Bring it back. Over to the right side again. And then let's come back through the center. And then over to the left side. Good, then let's bring it back, ready for that shoulder bridge. The lower back sinks, the pelvis tilts. As you peel up, then you let your spine lower, keep curling that pelvis till the last second and release it. Legs are rolling to the right side, bringing it back to the center. Let your legs roll to the left side. And then let's bring it back. Let's do one more over to the right. And then let's come back to the center and then over to the left side. And then we're going to bring it back. Now we're going to stay center. we're going to work through the arms. The arms are going to lift up and over. Now remember, we don't want the rib cage to lift. So just take the arms as far back as you can without the rib cage lifting. Maybe the arms are hovering off the floor. Then let's just open the arms and turn the palms in towards the legs. Let's do that again. So you want the arms to move, but without the spine, without that rib cage moving. And then we're going to open the arms out to the side. Palms are facing in. Let's do 2 more here. So we've still got to have the core engaged, the muscles around the rib cage connected here. Open out the arms, let them lower, and let's do that one more time. Your arms are lifting up and over, and then we're going to open out, palms to the floor. Let's start all that again. The lower back sinks, the pelvis tilts. You're peeling up. Now let your spine lower down, curling the pelvis to the last second. Once it's down, let's roll the legs to the right, and let's bring it back through the center, and then let's roll the legs to the left, bring it back. Now your arms are going to lift up and over, the rib cage stays down. The arms are opening out to the side, palms to the floor, and then you start all that again. The lower back sinks, tilt the pelvis, peeling up. Then we're letting the spine lower, so we're warming up the spine, and then your legs are rolling to the right side. And then let's bring them back through the center. Now your legs are rolling over to that left side. Bring it back. As you come back, your arms lift up and over, the rib cage stays down. The arms open out and they lower. We've just got one more round for now, so peeling up. Oh no, not the arms. You're going to lower down and getting carried away. And then your legs are rolling to the right. And then let's bring them back through the center. Let the legs roll to the left. And then bring it back. Rib cage stays down as your arms go back. And you're going to circle them out. Let the arms lower down. This time, arms up to the ceiling, palms are facing the legs. Let's slide one leg out. We're going to go into our first classical move, the roll up. Slide the other leg out. Now let's flex the feet. Now from here, we're going to gradually come up. Press the arms down. Curl up. You're just looking towards your toes. Hold it for a second. And then let's lower all the way back down. And let's go again. 2 more like this. Now if this is your roll up, stay with this. Lower down. And again, 1 more, press. Or you're going to roll up. So you draw the navel in. Now remember, you might need a cushion under your lower back to help you come up. So if that's the case, pop your cushion underneath where your lower back's going to go, so that when you lower down, the cushion's under that lower back, hands are above the shoulders. And again, so if you've got that cushion, you press the lower back down, or use your hands to help you roll up. And then let's lengthen. We're tucking under, we've got that internal belt tight, the core muscles are controlling the speed of the movement, and then let's lower back down. Again, we've got 3 more of these. So we draw the belly button in. Try and keep the legs connected. That'll help you on this. Lengthen up. And then let's tuck the pelvis under. As you roll all the way down, we're going to do 1 more for now. So press the lower back down. And you're going to curl up. If you have got that cushion, move it to one side as you lower back down, all the way down. And this time, arms are down the side of the body. Separate the legs a little bit. Point your right foot. We've got leg circles now. Single leg circle. Bring the knee in. Now, either have the knee above the hip with the leg bent or have the leg extended. What we don't want is the back to be lifting off the floor. Arms are on the floor, slightly out. The right leg crosses over the body and you circle it and pause at the center. Across, down, out. Good. We're trying to keep that left leg still. And we're trying to limit the movement in the left side of the bottom. So we're working through our hip joint here. We're warming it up. And again, so again, it can be bent. And then bring it back. Reverse it. Out, down, across, center, out, down, across, center. Again, out, down, across, center. 1 more, out, down, across. Now stay center. Bring the arms in. Single straight leg lower. So slide the arms down, lift the head, hold your thigh or the calf. Let's point that left foot. Elbows are out, belly button in. Let's pulse this right leg in twice. Again, it can be a bent leg. 1, 2. Now, without the upper body moving, swap the legs over. Hold it here for a moment. Pulse that left leg in. 1, 2. Breathe out and change. Pulse, pulse, breathe out and change. We're drawing the belly button in all the time. And you've always got an option, having a cushion under your head, having the head down on the floor. Remember, you modify any of these movements however you're feeling today. 1, 2, and change. And again, 1, 2, and change. Again, 1, 2, and change. Finish. 1, 2, and change. The right leg is down. Let your left leg low. We're going to go to the left leg in a minute. Let the head drop down. Slide the right leg in. Slide the left leg in. And just take a moment again. Check the body. Equal pressure on each side of the pelvis. We're right back to that beginning, that combination. So let's press the lower back. We're tilting. We're peeling the spine up. Hold it. And then letting the spine lower down. Now this time, let's start with the left. Your legs are rolling to the left side first, and then come back to the center. Legs are rolling to the right side, and then let's bring it back. Ready for your arms up and over, but we're focusing on rib cage down. The arms are opening out, palms to the floor, and then let's do all that again, peeling up into that shoulder bridge. Then letting that spine lower, curling that pubic bone up, and then over to the left side first with the legs. Bring it back to the center, and then over to that right side. Bring it back. Your rib cage stays down as the arms lift up and over. The arms are opening out, palms to the floor. One more round so the lower back sinks. So hopefully the spine's moving a little easier now as it's getting mobilized. Then lower down. We're going to the left side first with the legs, and then bring it back. And now over to the right side with the legs, and then bring it back. Rib cages down as your arms lift up, and then open the arms out, let them lower. Slide your left leg out first. We've got those roll-ups. Right leg out, flex the feet, hands above shoulders. Remember, use the cushion, grab it as you roll up, or use your hands if you get to that speed bump bit. And then let's lengthen, slide the shoulders down. That looks good. Tuck under. Navel is in, cushion under that lower back if you want, but really think of connecting the inner thighs together. And again, we're just curling up, pulling the navel in, lengthen up, and tuck under, slowly lower down. We want to really good open out that lower back as we go down. 2 more of these to go. Legs squeeze together. And the more we practice these, the better we get at them. Roll down, but using any props that you need to. Let's do that one more time. The arms press, and you're going to curl up. Take that breath in at the top. Breathe out. Slowly, let's lower down. Separate the legs a little bit. Arms on the floor. Cushion under your head if you need to. Point your left foot. Slide the left leg in for your left leg circle. So remember, knee above hip with the leg bent, or extend that leg. So that left leg crosses over, down, out, center. And we're trying to limit the movement of the right side of the bottom here. Across, down, out, center again, across, down, out. We're going to reverse it, go out, and just take notice. Does one leg feel tighter than the other? Does one hip feel tighter than the other? Remember, this is going to balance out your body. Let's do one more. Out, down, across. Now leave the left leg there. Point the right foot. Slide the arms down, lift up. Hold the back of the thigh or the back of the calf. Let the right leg hover. Pulse your left leg in. 1, 2, breathe out and change. Right leg, 1, 2, breathe out and change. 1, 2, breathe out and change. 1, 2, breathe out. Let's do 4 more here and change. 3 more and change. 2 more and change. Last one, we're going to finish with the left leg up. We're also going to bring the right leg up. Hold behind your thighs. Bend your legs. We're rolling up. So use your hands to push into the legs or use your hands on the floor And we're going to be rolling like a ball now. So if you've got a cushion, move it to one side. Slide the hands over the shins. So we don't want to collapse the spine. We want to lengthen, but at the same time, we haven't got a straight spine. We want to round it. So let's just roll onto the pelvis. We're gazing down towards the feet. Now, as you roll on the pelvis, notice how you've got to really switch on the core to stop your rolling back and then tap down. And again. So as always, remember the contraindications for rolling like a ball, osteoporosis, neck shoulder issues, you stay with this prep. Otherwise, you go back slowly to the point of no return. Your head doesn't touch the floor. You roll through the spine and then you roll up, and then you're going to pause there for a moment. Tuck under, slowly back, and then up and pause. So you do what feels best for your body here. Remember, this is great weight bearing on the vertebrae. That's it. Tucking under, we want to really open up that lower back for this. So if you've naturally got quite an arch in the lower back, really focus on the preparation part and focus on drawing the navel in and opening out the lower back. We're going to do 3, whatever version you're doing, and we're going to do 2 more, and then come back, belly button in. Let's do 1 more, come back. We're going to stay up, hold it here. Belly button is in, the feet are hovering off the floor. Now let your feet lower, slide the legs out. We're going to do our spine stretch now. So let's take the legs out just a bit wider than the hips. Remember, you can be sitting on some cushions if you want to for this. You can have the legs bent if you want to for this. Find that best position for you. The shoulders are down. Imagine you're up against a wall, and then the head is coming away from the wall first. Then the upper back. So we've got to really draw the navel in, and we want to just stretch the spine. So we're not dropping all the way down. Want to stretch, legs bent or straight, navel is in, take a breath. As you breathe out, let's restack the spine and lengthen up. We're going to do that again. We've got little tiny muscles in between the vertebrae called multifidus, and that's what we're trying to activate here as we roll up. And again, back of the neck, top of the back, as we stretch, draw the navel in, and then let's roll all the way up. If you can, your feet stay flexed. And again, up and over as you round. Take that breath in. As you breathe out, restack and lengthen. And let's do that 1 more time. So we're rounding the spine. As we go forwards, take a breath. As you breathe out, we're coming all the way up. From here, we're going to do spine twist. Going to leave the legs out. So you open the arms out. Make sure you can see them out the corner of your eyes, or you could always have your arms across the chest. Let's rotate to the right side. So you want to really move through that rib cage. We're going to do 2 pulses, but it's not the arms pulsing, it's the rib cage. 1, 2, and then bring it to the center. Now let's feel that length. Remember, your legs can be bent here. Rotate to the left side, pulse with the rib cage. 1, 2, and then bring it back. And again, let's lengthen as we rotate to the right and pulse. 1, 2, and then bring it back. Let's lengthen, rotate to the left. Now take note as what's happening with the pelvis. The pelvis stays still and the spine is rotating, and bring it back. And again, turn and pulse. 1, 2, and then bring it back. And again, pulse. 1, 2, bring it back. 1 more. 1, 2, we're going to go into the saw. So let's rotate. This time we reach forwards. We're reaching to the outside of the leg or the toe. We're using that hand to push in to see if we can rotate the spine anymore. Think of ear in the direction of your knee. Push the bottom down. Come back up and then back to the center. So let's rotate and then reach. Hold it there, but we're pushing the opposite side of the bottom down into the floor. Bring it back and to the center. We rotate, that's it, and reach. The back palm faces the floor. Back to the center. Let's rotate and then let's reach. And bring it back to the center. 4 more, rotate and then reach. and back to the center. Good, let's do 3 more. Turn and reach. Come back to the center. 1 more each side and then reach. That's it, good. Bring it back, rotate, and then reach back to the center, lower down. We're going to do open leg rocker. Fancy one. You're going to bend the legs, hands behind the legs. So from here, make sure there's nothing behind you. So you've either got your bent legs with the hands behind the thighs, or you've got hold of the ankles with your legs up. So do your preparation for roll like a ball. So just tuck under, eye line down a little bit, roll onto the pelvis, pull the belly button in, and then come up and lengthen. So it can be bent leg or straight leg. And again, now remember, again, through those contraindications, neck, shoulder issues, osteoporosis, stay with this prep. But if you're going to go for it, tuck under. Remember, we want to open out the lower back. Your head doesn't touch the floor. You roll back and come up. Oh my God. And then you stay up. I didn't get up there. All the way up and lengthen. And tuck under. Navel is in. Roll back. And then up. Lengthen. Again, tuck under. So you do what feels best for your body at this moment. It can change from day to day. So create that awareness in the body and up, tucking under. 3 more. Good. And up. That's it. Tuck under, belly button in. 2 more. And round. And up. 1 more. Tuck under. You're either doing the prep or you're rolling back. Your legs are bent or your legs are straight. Bring the legs together. Bend the knees, slide the legs forwards, flex the feet, arms in front, shoulders are down, tucking under, slowly roll down. All of a sudden this movement just feels a lot easier. Arms are down, slide your right leg in, slide your left leg in. We're back to the beginning. Ready for that shoulder bridge again. Lower back sinks, pelvis tilts, peeling up. And now you're going to lower your spine all the way down. Curl that pubic bone up. Let your legs go to the right side first this time. Bring it back. Let your legs roll to the left side. And then bring it back. Rib cage down as the arms lift up and over. You're opening out the arms, palms to the floor, then start all that again, peeling up. So how does your body feel now as it comes up? Lower down, hopefully a little better. We're going to the left side this time as your legs roll over to the left. Center. And now we're going over to the right side. And then let's bring it back. Your arms are lifting up and over, the rib cage down. Open out the arms, bring them back. Stay here. Let's do our prep for classical shoulder bridge. Bring the right knee in. Extend and flex. It lowers level with the left thigh. Point and lift it up. Flex, it goes a little lower. Point and lift up. Flex, it goes lower. Point and lift up. Bring the knee in. Place that right foot down. Let your legs roll to the right again. Bring it back to the center. Let the legs roll to the left. And bring it back. Ready for your left knee. The left knee comes in. Extend. Flex it, lowers level with the right thigh. Point it comes up. Flex it goes a little bit lower. Point it comes up. Flex it goes lower. Good. Point it comes up. Bring the knee in. Foot to the floor. Go to the left side. And bring it back. Go to the right side. Now we do that up in a shoulder bridge. So let's make sure the feet aren't too far forwards here. Let's sink the lower back. We're tilting. We're peeling up. Now if you need to, you can support yourself. But if not, use the bottom muscles to keep the hips level. As your right knee comes in, extends, flex and lower, point and lift, flex and lower, point and lift, flex and lower, point and lift, bend the knee in, place that foot down, adjust the position of your pelvis if you need to as your left knee comes in. Extend, flex and lower, good, point and lift. Support yourself if you need to, flex and lower, point and lift. Flex and lower, point and lift, bring the knee in, place your foot down on the floor, let the spine lower all the way down. Once it's down, let your legs roll to the right again. Bring them back to the center. Let the legs roll to the left again. Bring it back, rib cages down as your arms lift up and over again. Open the arms out, palms to the floor, into your shoulder bridge, peel up. We're going to stay here. Again, make sure the feet aren't too far forwards for this. Can you lift the heels up? Make sure your big toes are pushed down as much as the little toes. The heels are going to lower. The bottom stays up. Lift the heels. Big toes pushing down. Let them lower. 2 more. Let them lower. 1 more. Now, option 1, keep your heels off the floor for this next version. Option 2, heels are on the floor. So let's bring the right knee in. Extend. Flex and lower. Point and lift. Flex and lower. Point and lift. Brilliant. Flex and lower. Point and lift. Bring the knee in. Foot. So remember, ball of the foot or heels. Find that center. And let's bring the left knee in. Extend. Flex and lower. Good. Point and lift. Flex and lower. Point and lift. Flex and lower. Point and lift. Bring the knee in. Place the foot, either the full foot or just the toes on the floor. Lower your spine. Curl that pubic bone up. Let your heels lower. Roll your legs to the right. Good, and bring it back. And let your legs roll over to the left side. And then you're going to bring it back. The arms lift up, but let's leave the arms there. Slide one leg out. Slide the other leg out. Lift the arms up. Now we're going to do teaser. So from here, or a preparation for it, press down, just lift up, look towards your legs, and just see if you can lift that right leg. Think of an invisible line from your eyes to your toes. Then the leg lowers and the arms come up to the ceiling. Let's do that with the other side. Now you lift up and then the left leg lifts up. Think of that line, eyes to toes, and then down. Stay with that or lift the leg and the upper body at the same time. So as soon as the head lifts, the leg lifts. So you hold it there. And then your leg lowers as your head lowers. And let's do the other side. Good, holding it. Good, and then let's lower down. And again, if you're feeling this in the neck, remember you've always got the option of supporting the head. And then let's lower back down. And again, lift and hold. Good, and lower back down. We're just going to do 1 more on each side. We're going to lift and hold it. And then let's lower down. So really strong core exercise. Lift up and hold. Brilliant. Let's lower down. Arms up. Slide one leg in, other leg in. Turn the palms in. Open your arms out. Legs apart, but let them roll to the right. Head is going to the left. Let's release the neck a little bit now. Bring the legs and the head back to the center. Legs to the left, head goes to the right side. And then let's bring it back through the center. And again, 4 more. So remember, sometimes it's not a bad thing to feel it in your neck muscles. We want to build that strength, but you know your own body, so you release it if you need to. Bring it back. 1 more on each side. And then bring it back. And again, ready for a roll over now. Bring it back. Again, you might need that cushion into your bottom. So lower the arms, turn the palms in, arms slightly out to the side, shoulders are down. Nothing under your head for this one. One knee in, other knee in. We're going to do the prep exercise first. So bring the legs together. The knees are going to come in, and then knees above hips, and the knees lower a little bit. And bring it back. And again, so again, your contraindications, shoulder, neck issues, osteoporosis, I want you to stay with this preparation. If you want to go into the main version, the legs go forwards, they come back, and then you peel over. Now the weight is not on your neck, it's on the upper back. Use your core muscles to try and control all the way down. Good. And then the legs lower forwards a little bit. And again, up and over. And then draw the navel in. It's all about control. And it's about building this all up, week over week, month over month, and again, over. Or staying with that prep exercise, all the way down. It's a tough one. Again, we've got 2 more, whichever version you're doing. And then let's lower all the way back down. And again, let's do one more as we go over. And then let's lower all the way back down. We're going to bring the knees in, and we're just going to hook the knees in for a moment and just massage out that lower back, just side to side. Perfect, good. We're going to go onto our side now. We're going to go into side kick. We're going to do it on the floor, then we're going to do the classical version. You decide what feels best for you. So place your feet on the floor, rolling onto your side. So your knees are bent, arms stretched, arm bent, or prop yourself up, whatever feels best for your body. Make sure that ear, that's not a shoulder, ear isn't in front of the shoulder. We want that alignment. Top leg stretches, lengthen it, really feel the length, flex the foot. Now we're hinging from the hips. Your spine isn't going to change position. The leg comes forward, you do 2 pulses, 1, 2, now point, the leg goes back and you open the hip out. Again, flex, bring it forwards, 1, 2, and point, let's lengthen, take it back. Again. So we're trying not to move the upper body too much. It'll move a little bit when the leg goes back. And point, and back. 2 more here. Good, and point, and back. 1 more. 1, 2, point, lengthen, take it back. Bring it back, bend it, place it on top of the other leg. I want to do a few rotations before we do the next version. So let's turn that rib cage. Now just stay wherever you end up. Take a deep breath. Don't do anything. Just let the breath out. And then let's bring it back to that start position. And again, we're rotating. So even though the elbow lifts, remember it's a spinal movement. Your rib cage is rotating. You just stay back. Try not to let the legs move. Take a breath. As you breathe out, we're going to bring it back to that start position. Let's do 2 more. As you rotate, holding it there for a moment, take a breath. As you breathe out, you're going to bring it back. And then let's do 1 more. You're rotating. And stay back for a moment, take a breath. Let that breath out and bring it back. So now we've got side kick, the classical way, but if it's enough for you, I want you to stay down and repeat it down on this side. Otherwise, I want you to come up onto your knees. We'll still be going to do the same side, but your hand goes on the floor and the leg stretches out and the hand goes behind the head. So please, whatever way feels best for you. We're not sinking into this shoulder. We don't want that hip back. We want the hips level. Leg lifts, foot flexes. Pulse 1, 2, point, go back in again. 1, 2. So the stability in the shoulder's not moving. Good. Or you're lying on the side. And point, go back again. 1, 2, point, go back. 2 more here. That's it. Good. 1 more. Now bring the leg in line. Flex the foot, let it lower. Arm lifts over. Push the arm into the floor, or you're still lying on the floor. If you're up on your hand, feel the rib cage lifting. Hopefully feeling a really nice stretch as your foot pushes in to the floor. The arm lengthens. Stretching a deep muscle or psoas down the side. Breathe in. Let the breath out. Again, take that breath in. Let the breath out. So sit back on the heels, coming up. And let's just release the shoulders a little bit here. Just do a few shoulder rolls round and down. And we've got all that on the other side. So let's lie on the side first of all. The knees are bent. Remember your options, arms stretched, arm bent, prop yourself up. Whatever feels best for you, but we want ear, shoulder, hip in alignment. Top leg stretches, flex that foot. It comes forwards and pulse 1, 2. Point, go back and really lengthen. Good, and again, 1, 2. Point as you go back, again. That's it, good. Really lengthen. As we do this, think of pushing that bottom foot down into the floor. 1, 2, point, go back. Let's do 2 more here. And again, let's do 1 more. And point, let's go back. Bring it back, bend it, place it on top of the other leg. Let's get into that rotation. Remember, Even though the elbow's lifting, focus on your rib cage turning. And we've never got symmetrical sides, so just see what this side feels like. Stay back for a moment. Breathe into this stretch. Let the breath out. Let's rotate as you come back. And let's do that again. So don't think of the elbow lifting, think of that rib cage turning, and the elbow will naturally open out as you rotate. Excuse me, stay where you are, take a breath. As you breathe out, let's bring it back to that start position. Again, let's do 2 more here. So we're just turning, rotating, staying there for a moment, breathing into this stretch. As you breathe out, we're going to bring it back to that start position. And again, let's do that one more time. So we're turning, rotating the spine. Hold it here on this last one. Take a breath. Let the breath out. Another breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to bring it back. We're repeating side kicks. So again, stay down on your side or come up onto your knees. We're going to do the same side. If you're on your knees, knees level, hips are level, hand to the floor. So we're lifting up through that shoulder, the hand behind the head, and the leg lifts. Hips level, flex, pulse 1, 2. So same thing if you're up on your hand, the upper body's trying to be still. The shoulder's definitely still. We're working the stability muscles. Or if not, you go down on your side, remember. And again, let's do 3 more. And again, we've got 2 more. And again, let's do 1 more. Good. We're going to bring the leg in line, flex the foot, it lowers the arm, stretches. If you're up on your hand, push the arm into the floor. Imagine that hook on the rib cage lengthening up. We're breathing into the sides. You're like either lying down on your side doing this, or you're up, breathe in. Let the breath out. And again, let's take a breath. Letting that breath out. And then from here, coming onto the knees. Front support is classical move, which is plank basically. So let's come up onto hands and knees. So Joseph Pilates did it on his hands. Do it on your elbows if you need to. The shoulders are down. It's all about that core, so draw the navel in. Remember, you've always got the option of keeping the knees on the floor, or if not, you're lifting them off the floor. So think of a line, ear, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, navel is in. Keep the pelvis still. If this is enough, stay with this. For more of a challenge, point the right foot. The right leg lifts, everything else stays still. Flex the foot as your right leg lowers. Point that left foot, and it lifts. Flex. So all the contemporary Pilates we do in all our other classes, build your strength up for the classical stuff. Lower down, and again. But remember, I always say, listen to your body. And again, we've got 4 more of these to go. Flex. As you lower, 3 more. So working stability in the shoulders here. 1 more each side, or maybe you've just got your knees on the floor, engaging the core. If you're doing this main version, last one, bring it down. If you can, you bend the elbows. That was cruel. You're going to lower down. Ready for swan. Swan is all about extension. Have the legs slightly apart. We go through the different variations of this because everyone's spine's different. Some spines don't like this full extension. So have your elbows and hands on the floor. Shoulders are down, forehead is down. So let's just keep the elbows and the hands on the floor. Lift the upper body. Look along the mat, look forwards a little bit and just really feel the collarbones wide. But remember, we're not compressing the back of the neck. We're thinking almost double chin to lengthen the back of the neck. Now we want to lengthen the spine as we lower. We don't want it to compress, so really feel that length. Again, breathing in, curling up. As you breathe out, really lengthen as you lower down. Again, if this feels best for your body, this is what you stay with. If you want to increase that spinal movement, your hands come into the shoulders are down, you gradually build it up. So maybe you come up a little high, but think of your shoulders, slide them down, Lengthen that spine, so we don't want to compress the lower back here. Again, let's lengthen, lifting up, and slowly and control it as you lengthen and you lower down. And again, whatever version you're doing, we've got 3 more. Again, this is a spinal movement that we never get to do in our daily life. Really important movement. And again, 2 more here. Breathing in, curling up. As you breathe out, we're going to lengthen and then let's lower back down. We're just going to do 1 more as we lift up and then lengthen, whichever version you're doing. You're going to lower down. We're going to do our single leg kick. So let's put the elbow on the floor, other elbow, make fists. So push down and the chest is up. Legs slightly apart. Now we're going to bend your right leg, and we've got those 3 kicks, 1 with the pointed foot, 1 with the flex foot, 1 with the pointed foot, and then down. Now that left leg, so it's point and flex and point, right leg. Depending on your hip flexors, you maybe let the leg hover as you lift, but if your hip lifts, then just keep the thigh on the floor. Point, flex, point, pushing the elbows into the floor, almost trying to get the feeling of wanting to drag your body along the floor, SAS style. So really create that length, that opening of the front of the body, point, flex, point, and down. Let's do 4 more. Good, and down. Let's do 3. And again, we got 2. That's it. And again, 1. Brilliant. And then down. You're going to lower down, slide the hands in. Push yourself up into rest position. Sit back on the heels. Stretch out the arms or have one hand on top of the other. Forehead resting down. Breathe into your back. Think of your thoracic breathing. We sometimes focus on in Pilates. So we're trying to expand the lungs into the back, in through the nose. And let that breath out. And again, take a breath. Just let the breath out. And again, in through the nose. Just let the breath out. 1 more time. Let's take a breath in. Let the breath out. Sit back on the heels. We're going to repeat the way we started. And hopefully your body feels amazing now. So turn round. We're going to roll down to go down low. Stretch out the legs. Draw that belly button in. Slowly roll down, tuck the pubic bone, under, opening out that lower back. Well done, arms on the floor. Slide the right leg in, left leg in. Stay here for a moment. We're right back to the beginning. Let's breathe in. Let the breath out. So let's check in that we've still got that equal pressure each foot, equal pressure each side of the pelvis, arms into the floor. Take another breath. Make sure the feet are close enough to the bottom to press your lower back to find that pelvic curl. And we're peeling up again. Take a notice how your body's feeling now. And then let your spine lower the back of the rib cage. Lower back and the pelvis. Your legs are rolling to the right. And then bring it back. Your legs are rolling over to that left side. And then bring it back. As you come back, the arms lift up and over, the rib cage is down. Arms are circling out, palms are down to the floor. Let's do all that again as you press the lower back and tilt. As you peel up, and then you lower the spine, curling that pelvis. Over to the left. And then bring it back. And then over to that right side. And bring it back. Your arms lift up and over. You're going to open out the arms, circle them out, and this time I want you to hug your knees into the chest. Let your legs just roll. So as always, we've worked through all our spinal movements. We've worked all the muscles that support the spine, as well as every other muscle in the body, creating that strong Pilates body. Just gently, side to side, massage out that lower back. And then when you're ready, you're rolling on your side. How good does that feel? It's done. Well done, good work.